Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video. Today we got a big video for you, all to do with Superman Lois Season 4, the final season. We've got big updates in regards to when Superman Lois is coming back. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future DCTV videos later this year. Okay guys, so before we get into this video, I want to remind you we are live streaming this Thursday. Normally we live stream at 10 PM UK time, so translate that to wherever you guys are from. Tune in live, we'll talk about Superman Lois, we'll talk about DCTV, the Arrowverse, the DCEU and everything like that. Obviously I appreciate everyone that comes to the live streams who tune in live on Thursday nights. Obviously it's a different thing to the video, so I just wanted to give a shout out in one of the videos to those of you guys who tune in every single week. And for those of you who haven't watched live streams with me and my guests, please be sure to come to a future live stream, whether it be this week or next week on Thursday night at 10 PM UK time. So I would also like to give a shout out to my top tier members of the channel who regularly support the channel. So shout out to Kevin Bland, Owlwatch, Nathan Bell, Jamie Harley and also Jose Zapata. Plus also shout out to everyone else that is a member of the channel. I really appreciate your support. If you want to become a member today and join in with me live, you can talk to me online on a actual live stream on my YouTube channel in a members live stream. Please be sure to click the join button down below and become a member today. And as you guys have been seeing recently, every video top tier members get shouted out at the end of the video with the mini video that we always play at the end. So for now, let's go ahead and get into today's main topic. Okay, so the main topic today is all to do with Superman Lois Season 4, which just got announced to be the final season of the show. It's the end of Superman Lois as we know it, plus also it's the end of the Arrowverse as we know it. We've got nothing left apart from a couple of other DCTV projects here and there, like the Penguin, which obviously isn't linked. And we have one Greg Berlanti show that's going to continue beyond Superman Lois, and that is in fact DCTV's Dead Boy Detectives, which is coming to Netflix soon. If you want to see content on that show, which is a Sandman spin-off, please be sure to let me know down in the comments below if you're excited for that. But with Superman Lois ending, we're obviously thinking about Season 4 now. And with the strikes ending to do with the actors and the writers, it's all kind of ready to get started. And we are now hearing an official date for the return of Superman Lois when they'll actually get back to actually filming on set in January. So this is coming from Canada Graphs. Shout out to Canada Graphs. I'm going to leave his links in the description below because he actually was able to provide me with the tentative dates. So the dates that they've penciled in, basically they're going to do it unless something massive disrupts their process and they're not ready to shoot by January. But the official dates as of right now is January 11th 2024. That is the first day they're going to be shooting Superman Lois back in Vancouver. We've also got updates in regards to the sets, how it's changed. Are we going to stay in Smallville or are we going to move to Metropolis? We're going to get into that later because I have a photo of one of the sets that has been drastically changed. We need to talk about that. There's been some conversations online in regards to that as well. So we're starting January 11th. That is kind of when I expected filming to start going again, especially since the actors' strike has now ended and actors can officially go back to actually filming on projects because they've got the new deal thanks to SAG. And so with this, the writers are back and they're in the writers' room. There is 5 writers left on Superman Lois. That was a report recently that they got rid of 3 writers, but some of those writers will return on a freelance basis. So they're going to have the writers' room ready and going with these scripts. They obviously have to write 10 scripts. They haven't done any as of right now. I don't know how long it takes them to write them, but I presume by the time of Christmas, I reckon they probably could have finished about 5 episodes in terms of writing, because currently right now we're on the 13th of November, and if they work really hard, obviously 5 days a week, not 7, I believe that they could probably get through about 5 of them. Obviously they're still probably in the ideation phase right now. I'm not sure if they started writing episode 1, but clearly they've got to come together and discuss with the showrunners how are we going to do season 4? What's the main story going to be? What's the little strands that we're going to pick up on? And also, how are we going to properly finish everything in terms of all the characters that are going to appear in season 4, the different like storylines they've got to resolve, including the big cliffhanger from season 3, that being Doomsday. And with all the budget cuts, we're expecting it to be cut really short in terms of how much screen time Doomsday gets at the start of the season. We probably believe it's going to be over in the first episode or in 2 episodes max. But the official end date we've got for the final date of shooting for Superman Lois season 4 is April the 22nd. So that's 2024, of course. So that means that Superman Lois is going to be shooting from January to April, which is a substantial amount of time, but it's actually a lot less than they normally do. I'm not sure specifically about Superman Lois, but obviously when the seasons on the CW were longer, they would film for many months, like 7 to 9 months. If it was like a 23 episode season, 22 episodes, it would be like 9 months. If it was more like Legends of Tomorrow, which used to do, I think, about 16 episodes or so, you know, they varied season to season, I think they were done a couple of months shorter, so about 7 months, 6 months. And so with Superman Lois cutting it back even further, having only 10 episodes in the final season, which is again comparable to a past Arrowverse show, that being Arrow, they actually shot for about 4 months for the 10 episodes they had in their final season. I guess that includes Crisis, so it's a bit longer than what Superman Lois season 4 is going to be doing. But January the 11th to April 2022 is in fact 3 months and about 11 days, so it's not very long in terms of the time that they've got. It could potentially be extended depending on circumstances, so that's why it's now written down as a tentative start and end date, because basically we don't know exactly what's going to happen. Is everything going to be smooth sailing with all the changes? Who knows? Well, Superman Lois traditionally in the past has taken a lot longer to film, so I'm kind of surprised they haven't given it like an extra month in case things do go a bit slower than normal. But it seems they've given them a timeline, and this timeline is January 11th, 2024 to April 22nd, 2024. So we know now when we can officially look forward to seeing the return of Superman Lois to Vancouver, and we'll start getting some set photos and some behind the scenes details. This is obviously very exciting for us because we've been waiting to hear the news about when they're going back to actually film and when the season's coming out. And so I do believe with them actually filming in this timeline, we can definitely get a summer release date, and if not, they could go a bit earlier. But I reckon if they want to do VFX, they want to give it some time in terms of editing, finishing at the end of April. That's a fair amount of time. If you go for a summer release date of about June or July, like, you've got a couple of months leeway in terms of post-production, so they have a lot of time to actually perfect everything that they are doing. But yeah, for now, let's move on to the second main topic. I mentioned this earlier, but we got some big news in regards to some set changes up in Vancouver. So there was a photo that was released by Hollywood North Buzz that shows the old location and the old house that they actually filmed at, so the Kent house in Smallville up in Vancouver, and it turns out it's actually gone. So the barn is still there. I presume this is just taken from a different angle. It's a little bit different, but of course the main thing is the house is gone. So what are they doing? Are they moving to Metropolis? Are they going to stick around? Well, I think we get a good indication from the next photo, because the Smallville backlot set is actually still there. It's not been taken down. It's not been remodeled for another film or TV show. Smallville still exists. It's going to be used in this new season, and it's ready to go for the January start date. So this is very exciting. We're going to be staying in Smallville. I'm not sure if we're going to be going to Metropolis that much, or we could go a bit more than we normally do. But it's curious about the house. Why would they keep the Smallville set but get rid of the house? Well, it's probably because of, you know, the amount of money that costs to operate on that site, and obviously the barn got burnt down at the end of last season, so I don't know if that's going to be affecting it and if they're using it as an excuse to move elsewhere. But it's been put out there by people online that maybe they could use old footage of the Kent house and basically not have to reshoot, you know, establishing shots, because if you didn't know, the Kent house is actually different the outside set to the inside set. The inside set is in a studio. It's not actually inside that house. It's just, you know, a facade. Like, it's not super important when you compare it to like the Smallville town and the actual inside sets. But there is a chance that they just rebuild it elsewhere, somewhere that's less expensive than the current place they had it. So I reckon that is a good option. But as I mentioned before, with the barn actually burning down at the end of last season, there's a chance that maybe they move houses and they move maybe more centrally to Smallville so they can use the location they've already got. I guess that would save them a bunch of money. However, I guess they could move elsewhere and just, you know, build up another house. That's definitely an option. So let me know down in the comments below, what do you think is going on with the set being pulled down? They're definitely moving somewhere else, or they're going to be reusing old footage. Let me know what you think the real outcome will be. But that does it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and a comment. It really helps out the video. Also, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. We're trying to upload daily right now, and as I said at the start of the video, we're doing a live stream every Thursday at 10 PM UK time. So come tune in this Thursday as we talk about this and a lot more. But for now, you can click on the top right corner of the screen to watch my latest video, and I will catch you guys later. Goodbye.
I see red.